Materials Engineer Examination Reviewer, Part 3, 2026. 26. How much is the minimum dry compressive strength of a bituminous mixture? A. 150 psi. B. 200 psi. C. 250 psi. D. 300 psi. B. 200 psi. 27. The maximum international roughness index, ERI, for both asphalt and pavement for national primary roads required by DPWH Department Order No. 47, Series of 2015. A. 1.5 m per km. B. 2.0 m per km. C. 2.5 m per km. D. 3.0 m per km. D. 3.0 m per km. 28. Determine the minimum compressive strength of porous asphalt mixture. A. 1.3 MPa. B. 1.4 MPa. C. 1.5 MPa. D. 1.6 MPa. B. 1.4 MPa. 29. How much is the required lapped strength of splices of reinforcing bars as per item 404 when the splice type is compression and the reinforcement is grade 60? A. 20 bar diameters. B. 24 bar diameters. C. 30 bar diameters. D. 36 bar diameters. B. 24 bar diameters. 30. A 450 mm asphalt overlay has bituminous mix having a laboratory density of 2.56 grams per cc. If its field density is 2.31 grams per cc, what is its degree of compaction? A. 55%. B. 65%. C. 90%. D. 105%. C. 90%. 31. When transporting mixed concrete, the time elapsed from the time water is added to the mix until the concrete is deposited in place shall not exceed A. 45 minutes when hauled in non-agitating truck. B. 120 minutes when hauled in non-agitating truck. C. 45 minutes when hauled in agitating truck. D. 60 minutes when hauled in agitating truck. A. 45 minutes when hauled in non-agitating truck. 32. Class of stone for riprap wear-in stones are ranging from minimum of 60 kg to a maximum of 100 kg, with at least 50% of the stones weighing more than 80 kg. A. Class A. B. Class C. C. Class D. D. Class B. B. Class C. 33. Minimum testing requirement for the quality test in bituminous mix. A. 1 quality test for every 40 tons or 200 drums or fraction thereof. B. 1 quality test per shipment of 93 square meters, 1,000 square foot or fraction thereof. C. 1 quality test for every 130 tons or fraction thereof. D. 1 set per 1,500 cubic meter. C. 1 quality test for every 130 tons or fraction thereof. 34. Minimum quantity/volume of materials for each sample of bituminous mix to be submitted. A. 10 kg. B. 20 kg. C. 50 kg. D. 100 kg. B. 20 kg. 35. How many concrete hollow block units are required for every 10,000 units that are to be used for 1 quality test? A. 3. B. 6. C. 9. D. 12. B. 6. 36. What is the preferred climatic condition when using low penetration grade or hard asphalts? A. Cold climate. B. Cold and hot climate. C. Warm climate. D. Hot climate. D. Hot climate. The design thickness of a concrete core taken for thickness determination is 30 cm. Measured thickness at its sides, cm. 26.5, 28.0, 30.5, 29.5, 31, 32, 27.9, 30. Measured thickness at its center, cm. 32. Determine its average thickness. A. 296.75 mm. B. 300.50 mm. C. 305.00 mm. D. 275.50 mm. A. 296.75 mm. 38. Which of the following must be done when the existing moisture content of a subbase course is higher than the optimum moisture content of the ARSTO T180 method? D. A. Do compaction after spreading to the required loose thickness. B. Do compaction after adding water and spreading the loose thickness. C. Do compaction after drying out to reduce moisture and spreading to the required loose thickness. D. Do dispersion to the required loose thickness. C. Do compaction after drying out to reduce moisture and spreading to the required loose thickness. 39. What is the reason why undisturbed samples are used primarily in the determination of the properties of foundation materials? A. For it is easier to test undisturbed samples than disturbed samples. B. For it represents the relative strength of the soil strata when subjected to compression test. C. For it preserves the structure of the foundation material. D. For it is easier to obtain undisturbed sample than disturbed samples. C. For it preserves the structure of the foundation material. 40. How much is the required lapped length of splices of reinforcing bars as per item 404 when the splice type is the compression and the reinforcement is grade 40? A. 20 bar diameters. B. 24 bar diameters. C. 30 bar diameters. D. 36 bar diameters. A. 20 bar diameters. 41. The bulk-specific gravity of a bituminous mix is 2.371, and the dry stability is 3,250 lb. Determine the approximate wet stability if its index of retained strength IRS is 77.6%. A. 2,522 pounds. B. 3,765 pounds. C. 5,002 pounds. D. 4,188 pounds. A. 2,522 pounds. 42. How much is the maximum weight for undersized reinforcing steel bars satisfying tensile and elongations requirements in which they can still be accepted? A. 4%. B. 6%. C. 8%. D. 12%. B. 6%. 43. Sawing of the joint shall commence as soon as the concrete has hardened sufficiently to permit sawing without excessive raveling usually. A. 12 hours. B. 24 hours. C. 4 to 24 hours. D. 12 to 24 hours. C. 4 to 24 hours. 44. How much is the diameter tolerance of galvanized wire to be used in the fabrication of gabion and mattress? A. Plus or minus 0.10 mm. B. Plus or minus 0.20 mm. C. Plus or minus 0.30 mm. D. Plus or minus 0.40 mm. A. Plus or minus 0.10 mm. 45. How much is the width and length dimension tolerance of a Revett mattress from ordered size prior to filling? A. Plus or minus 3%. B. Plus or minus 5%. C. Plus or minus 10%. D. Plus or minus 2%. B. Plus or minus 5%. 46. What is the preferred climatic condition when using high penetration grade or soft asphalts? A. Cold climate. B. Cold and hot climate. C. Warm climate. D. Hot climate. A. Cold climate. 47. When same sources are approved for preliminary samples. A. It shall be used as the basis for acceptance of all materials from the source. B. It shall not be considered as the basis of acceptance of all materials from the source. C. It shall be used as the basis for payment of the materials. D. It shall be used as the basis for incorporation of the materials into the works. B. It shall not be considered as the basis of acceptance of all materials from the source. 48. Which of the following is the preferred concrete class for prestressed concrete structures? A. Class A. B. Class B. C. Class Seal. D. Class P. D. Class P. 49. As a materials engineer, it is documentation that you must maintain and keep updated during the implementation of the project. A. Sample cards. B. Quality control handbook. C. Materials test result. D. Materials logbook. D. Materials logbook. 50. Which of the following is the recommended penetration grade of asphaltic material for sealing of Portland cement concrete pavement PCCP joints? A. 75 to 85. B. 85 to 100. C. 120 to 150. D. 150 to 180. B. 85 to 100. 51. Soil containing more than 35% passing 0.075 #200 sieve are classified under A. Silt clay materials. B. Granular materials. C. It depends on the plasticity index. D. Coarse materials. A. Silt clay materials. 52. Determine the degree of compaction of an asphalt pavement if it has a laboratory density of 97% and a density at site of 92%. A. 95%. B. 96%. C. 98%. D. 100%. A. 95%. 53. Concrete mix shall have a slump of A. 10 mm to 40 mm if not vibrated. B. 40 mm to 75 mm if not vibrated. C. 40 mm to 75 mm if vibrated. D. None of the above. B. 40 mm to 75 mm if not vibrated. 54. In concrete acceptance, core sample shall be considered adequate if the average strength of the core is equal to A. 75% of the specified strength, and no single core is less than 75% of the specified strength. B. 85% of the specified strength, and no single core is less than 70% of the specified strength. C. 85% of the specified strength, and no single core is less than 75% of the specified strength. D. 75% of the specified strength, and no single core is less than 70% of the specified strength. C. 85% of the specified strength, and no single core is less than 75% of the specified strength. 55. What is the dimension of a beam sample for concrete pavement? A. 6 inches by 6 inches by 12 inches. B. 6 inches by 6 inches by 18 inches. C. 6 inches by 6 inches by 21 inches. D. 6 inches by 6 inches by 24 inches. C. 6 inches by 6 inches by 21 inches. 56. Determine the degree of compaction. Field density test data. Weight of material taken from hole, 4.780 kg. Weight of sand to fill hole, 3.550 kg. Volume of hole, 0.0028 cubic meter. Wet unit weight, 1750 kg per cubic meter. Dry unit weight, 1420 kg per cubic meter. Laboratory data. Maximum dry density, 1,856 kg per cubic meter. Optimum moisture content, 8.1%. A. 60. B. 77. C. 95. D. 100. B. 77. 57. For in situ density test, in the determination of the volume of hole using a washed, free-flowing and dry sand, another requirement is that it should pass sieve number. A. 25. B. 10. C. 40. D. 200. B. 10. 58. For 40/50 M3 concrete coarse aggregate, how many samples should be submitted for quality tests? A. 6. B. 5. C. 4. D. 3. D. 3. 59. The coarse aggregate of item 201, aggregate base course shall have a percentage of wear of not more than blank as determined by Los Angeles Rattler test. A. 40%. B. 45%. C. 50%. D. 60%. C. 50%. 60. What is the minimum thickness being required to sign panels for warning, regulatory, and informatory signs? A. 3 mm. B. 5 mm. C. 2 mm. D. 1.5 mm. A. 3 mm. End of part 3.